What's up, guys? Fish Keepers here once more. Still taking care of my family's tanks. They're on vacation, and I wanted to do a little bit of a premiere, a little show you what my brother does. This is my brother's tank. I actually gifted him this tank, the actual glass tank, and the light, and he did everything else. He was trying to get into fish because my dad and I are pretty strong into fish. And he was like, well, I'll try it out. And we were like, okay, we don't want to push him too much because we don't want him to be like, not overwhelmed, but like, you know, when someone tells you, you gotta watch this movie, you gotta, and then you watch it and you're like, I probably would have enjoyed it if you guys wouldn't have pressured me so much. So we were kind of like, all right, here's the tank, here's everything, try to do what you can. So he ended up picking that filter because my dad and I both use it. He's like, all right, I'll try it out. And then he went with everything else. So he did Eco Complete on the bottom for substrate. These rocks right here, he got from one of my dad's other tanks. They look really nice in here. He's going with a few Anubia species. I think that's congensis, something like that. Other Anubias in the back. My family has always been really into Anubias since the beginning because those are the only plants we were able to make survive back then. And now we're pretty good at it, and like we get some really healthy plants. Like my dad at one point, like this Anubias plant came from one of my dad's mother plants, which was probably the size of this whole tank. That's how big the root was and everything. It's in his 30-gallon. So my dad just kind of cut a bunch and gave it to him, and he just did whatever he wanted over here. This is what he calls I don't know what he calls it, but I call it a dimly lit tank. He's going for like really dark, almost barely lit light in here. Although he has a nice light, he could do a lot of stuff with it. He really likes to turn it down, mostly because of the fish he has. The fish he has really do look nicer with low light. For example, he has gold ring Daniels in here, a nice school of 5 or 6. And if you're new to my channel, these guys came from my tank a long time ago. He ended up really liking them, and I was trying to make room for other fish, and he said, yeah, I'll take them. I really love how they look. And they're in his tank now. Same thing with the Paskai rainbows. I don't know what the new name for these guys is yet. I think they have a new name now. I haven't really looked it up, but as far as I know, Paskai rainbow. And he's gotten these guys to look so nice compared to when I had them. I gave him one of these Paskai rainbows, and they were in my tank for months, and they never looked this good. Now it could be the lighting and his what he feeds them, but the camera really doesn't do these guys any justice. They are beautiful fish. Like if you saw these fish in person, you would be like, wow, that's crazy. Really nice fish. He has 2 of them in here. I think they're both males. He has a few Julie Corys in here. I'm thinking 1 or 2. A Siamese algae eater. I think a couple Siamese algae eaters, and an auto sinkless. I might be missing a few things, but this is his tank. And I don't normally look at this tank too much because it's normally he only has the light off, or he has it really low lit. So I'm like, I'll look at it later. But it's really nice tank. I really like what he did with this tank. And friends and family, man, we love fish tanks. So besides that, he has a paw fly light, and he's using the S20 Marina S20 filter. Paw fly LED light with adjustable brightness. He has a timer on this, so he's always kind of just runs out the timer. Look at that Nubia, it's really nice. Barely any algae on it. No heater in this tank, and this is the AquaJapan 10-gallon tank, I believe, because I have the AquaJapan 15. So that's this tank, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, I just wanted to show this off a little. I think his tank looks beautiful. And y'all have a good one. Like and subscribe if you can. Later.